On May 22nd, 2 Thursdays ago, I was calling in to listen to the Ringside Politics radio program here on 990 AM, where I often get many of my clips that I like to use during the show because it's a good example of how the poorly educated speak out and love this president, and again, try and prove they're worthy of that love daily. So, and he's had this creative director on his show for a while now who has been using AI to try and make these so-called parodies. And then it starts off with some sort of little poem before the parodies. So in order to get the full-on experience of, what these people are saying or doing and how they're acting on this show and why it's so cringeworthy and terrible, let's have a listen to the intro to this bit and the bit itself, shall we?
James Comey hit send, then tried to erase, but the truth won't vanish without a trace. Secret Service watching, the swamps in a spin. 8647, where do we begin? From Steele's fake dossier to a laptop denied, two justice systems, no truth to hide.
There's no laptop. It was a thumb drive. Let's continue.
Trump's back on the scene. No more bluff. Calling out lies. We've had enough. 51 agents tried to block the show, but the facts keep rising. Now the people know. From peace deals abroad to more jobs at home, President Trump's pledge to lead. We're not alone. So tune up your voices and join the fight.
Listen to Liberal Dan Radio. Talk from the left, that's right. That just reminded me exactly of my War on Christmas intro that I do during Thanksgiving and New Year's. But let's continue.
On the Ringside Politics Parody of the Week. Tonight or this morning.
Tonight or this morning. He knew it was going to be aired in the morning, but the poem ended in tonight. That shows you, first of all, just how bad this parody is going to be. So-called parody. I don't know if you'd call it a parody or not, because it's not actually a parody of an actual song. It's just his own little thing. They use AI for this too. So let's hear this thing that was created, shall we? Again, I apologize.
All right. Let's jump right into our parody of the week. Let's check it out.
James Comey hits and then deleted his post, but the Secret Service came not to toast. 8647, what did it mean? Now Jim's under review and it's hitting the screen. Hillary's servers got bleach spit spray. She smashed all her phones, then walked away.
Wow, just the rap is
We stood up and bent the rules, said no intent, like we're all just fools. But for President Trump,
well, they are fools, but
they raid and indict with two standards of hell. The public knew was not right. 8647, what's the code? Another deep state TDS woke episode. James Comey leaked his memos to trigger a probe. Jim played the victim, then changed his robe. 8647, truth's not gone. We the people keep marching on. 51 former intel agents signed a letter to deceive America. Democrats called Hunter's laptop Russian disinformation.
it was.
Just to help Joe Biden win an Oval Office destination. The media knew it was real, the emails, the cash, but CNN covered it up to conceal Joe's stash. The media ran.
Do you remember when Dennis Miller used to be funny and then he became conservative and stopped being funny? This is just kind of shows that just conservatives don't understand humor at all. Like, conservative parodies are just shit.
And with it, no time to pause, all to stop Trump, to rig their cause. The woke call Trump Hitler and try to divide, while 47 brought peace deals and global pride.
Peace deals and global pride. What is he smoking? That's what I want to know.
Abraham Accords, Middle East tour, trillions in deals, American jobs galore.
Trillions and deals. Deals. You mean the ones for his own organization to like open up something in Dubai so he can get an airplane gifted to him and then use the airplane for himself after his term?
New factories, new pipelines, crude oil is back home. President Trump
Under Biden, we had no problem with oil drilling.
returned America to strength the world had known. 86-47 won a race. The lies Dems told to steal the 2020 race. Yes, the laptop was real. Yes, the dossier fake. But President Trump's return to power was what's at stake. 45 and now 47, American justice wins. We the people voted for President Trump and now he's back.
Dean in the chat, I can't understand these people. Trump lives rent-free in their rectums. Hilarious.
Once again, for all James Comey's lies, he can rot in a jail on Mars.
And Mars, but not Uranus?
Justice is done. With the former director behind bars, President Trump has returned, not to bow, only lead, as President Trump makes this pledge to you and me.
The dollar will remain our strength
by right, securing peace through
American economic might.
With unwavering resolve, I vow today
to keep our nation's prosperity on world display.
Wow. Wow.
Wow indeed, Jeff. Wow, but you're wowing because you're impressed. I'm wowing because it was utter shite. And I was on hold having to listen to this garbage. And usually, if I'm not calling into this show, and when it comes time to about 8:30 on Thursday mornings, I'm just like, nope, I'm not listening to the rest of the show because I don't want to have to hear this horrible garbage that, But anyway, here's my response to the parody that came like about 5 minutes later.
All right, back to the phone calls. Let's get the other side of the political equation. Caller goes by the handle Liberal Dan is with us. Good morning, sir. Welcome. How are you?
Good morning, Jeff. I hope you don't pay too much for those parodies because they're unlistenable. Anyway, terrible. Like AI has a long way to go.
Yeah, AI absolutely has a long way to go. There's some great things that I've seen that AI has created that are hysterical, but in this particular circumstance, AI absolutely has a very long way to go. Unless I'm being too unreasonable about it. Maybe the issue is simply this. AI only has so much limits, and they can't make people who are unfunny funny. That being said, my criticism of him 2 Thursdays ago inspired this parody made by their so-called creative director. Let's have a listen, shall we?
out of the blue. Liberal Dan got some bitter things to sling. Says my AI's unlistenable, a waste of time. But this big shot leftist ain't worth a dime. Liberal Dan, you're just a flake. Living in a world where facts don't make. Peddling hate and acting tough, but you're nothing more than liberal dandruff. Dan makes plans, but they all crash down. Like the coyote when he hits the ground. He'll build a trap like the fuse so tight, but boom! Dan's the one blown out of sight. Liberal dandruff, you're just a flake. Living in a world of facts don't make. Peddling hate and acting tough, but you're nothing more than liberal dandruff. Liberal dandruff, all talk, no grow, just a snowflake with no place to go.
I mean, they say every conservative accusation is a confession, but holy crap. Just a snowflake with no place to go, I guess. You know, I'll give it was a little bit catchy for a little bit. You know, there was there was a little bit of catchiness there that I guess that the AI got, but wow, for me to live rent-free in that guy's head that he had just go on and make a full-on parody, or so-called parody about me, is just, and I didn't know, because normally I listen to the show on the weekdays, but I don't like listening to the show on the Thursdays after 8:30, because I don't want to have to hear the just douche chill inspired music that just makes me want to retch. But I happen to turn on, I guess, their best of, if you can use the term best of, while I was driving on, I guess, to Costco or something on Sunday, and all of a sudden he was talking about one Dan, and then he's like, speaking of Dan, there's a liberal Dan, and here's the parody made about him, and I'm just like, what is going on? And I got home and told my wife, I was just like, this guy made a freaking parody about me. Although here's the thing, I may just very well use it as my first outro song because I don't think that Twitch is going to do it. So it might be something to listen to at the end of every show, where everybody gets to listen to Liberal Dandruff just for the lulz. But anyway, there it is. There's the Liberal Dandruff parody.